Fair enough. Okay, so we're now live. And we're going to dive into the conversation proper in a couple of seconds. A couple of housekeeping things first. Number one, you would have known we've gone live if you've subscribed and hit the notifications bell down below. And then you would not miss such things like this, which is our incidental episodes, our non-Sunday shows. We've got a couple that's happening this week. Just to remind you, if you missed the updates that I sent out this morning, not going to be doing our live panel breakdowns this year. I did them last year because I happened to have some spare time. I seem to remember as well on Thursday, I think I just jumped on YouTube and went, oh, let's just talk about the panels. And then by Saturday, it became this big thing, this regular kind of thing that we did every day. It was just, it turned a little bit into a monster. Not able to do that today purely because, or this week, because I've got some last minute DJ bookings in and I can't actually commit time in the evening to do the panel announcements because of me heading off to do DJing things. But this does mean that I am able to speak to Anthony Bresnikan from Entertainment Weekly tomorrow. It's just going to be a little bit earlier. It's about an hour earlier than our usual broadcast show. So it's 9 a.m. Pacific, midday Eastern, 5 p.m. GMT. It's going to be a nice little half an hour, 40-minute chat, and then I'm straight on the road and out the door. So, but we've got a couple of these happening this week, including the one we're doing today, which I'm really excited about because it means we're finally getting the return of the Baker Street Babes, which is great. Yay. It's fantastic news. We've got Christina joining us. Hello, Christina. How are you?
Hello. I'm good.
To kind of celebrate the return of the Babes, I am actually drinking tea. I've been missing out on drinking tea during my hangouts over the last month or so. I've been kind of running around, so I've just been drinking pints of water. But I have tea for you.
Shame.
And a Kit Kat.
Thank you.
And a Kit Kat. So I'm going all out today.
Awesome.
Listen, it's a pleasure to have you on. We do have the chat room open, so if you do want to jump in with any questions, because I'm certain one or two people will have questions about what we're going to be talking about today, which is not only the return of the Baker Street Babes, but also something special that you're doing for San Diego Comic-Con. First things first, Christina, a couple of questions. Number one,
yes.
How do you pronounce your surname? Number two, tell us about Baker Street Babes.
All right, surname is Menenti. It is the American bastardization of an Italian name. So there you go. So the Baker Street Babes are an all-female Sherlock Holmes podcast, blog, event holder, and general shenaniganeer of the internet. And we started in 2011, so it's been 7 years, which is kind of insane to think about. And it started when I was living in London, and it just kind of exploded quite soon after founding because Sherlock Season 2 was coming out, and we just happened to be in the right place at the right time. I think like 2 weeks after our first episode, I met Stephen and Mark, and so it just kind of went from there.
Yeah, I mean, because I followed the Baker Street Babes pretty much from the first go. And I remember that first year, and it was kind of, yeah, we're doing this thing, and hopefully you can come along and you can enjoy yourself. And next thing you know, there's pictures of Stephen Moffat in the room and Mark in the room, and you just go, well, this happened really quickly, really, wow. This just kind of like skyrocketed.
It really did.
Yeah. And I can imagine it also put a lot of pressure on you as well for the sort of like the forthcoming years. Is that kind of one of the reasons why the Baker Street Babes came to a stop, as it were, because it was a case of this has just grown a little bit out of control?
Yeah, so especially with Comic-Con, that is my dog, I'm sorry, Basil.
Never ever apologize for a dog.
So basically, especially with Comic-Con, it's funny because our first Sherlock CC party, we wanted to just do like a meetup or like a tea party. And it just kept kind of like growing and growing. We just had more and more ideas. And then all of a sudden it was like this giant thing. And that first year, the party cost us $17,000 for 3 hours, to give you an idea of Comic-Con prices. And it kind of stayed there. Like the next year we were at the San Diego Public Library, which was amazing. And it was before CCI, Comic Con International, had sort of discovered it as a venue. That was ours first. And we got that for like a lot cheaper. And like, I just want to say, like, the team at the library is amazing. They are so kind. Erwin has been like so good to us over the years. And it just came to a point where Comic-Con found the venue after, I'm assuming after like we posted it and like trended and stuff, because it's beautiful. And then they started putting programming there, and more programming and more programming. And it went from like our first year, we had 5 hours to set up, to the last year we had the party, which is 2016, we had 1 hour to set up for a party of over 500 people. And the price had like gone up 300%. So it came to this point where like the stress of it was too much. The cost of it was too much. Like, we always break even, thankfully, because of like sponsors or like extra ticket sales we can do or something. But we've never made a profit. We never pocketed anything, because that's not what the event's about anyways. But like, it was just always a lot. And yeah, we just decided like we can't do this anymore. Also, like, Sherlock has kind of more or less ended. So it's kind of like, all right, well, let's not do anything, I guess. It kind of seems kind of silly. And also, like, I was living in Korea for the past 2 years. So like the 2016 party, I wasn't even there at. I wasn't at Comic-Con that year. And then I was still in Korea last year.
You still had all the stress involved.
Yes, absolutely.
So you did enjoy your own party, and you had all the stress involved with putting the party. Oh, good grief!
Yeah,
wow,
it was rough. So yeah, then we decided to take a step back. But this year, like, I'm back in the States, and we were just sort of like joking, like, oh, I wonder if we brought the party back. But we said it was over. But then, like, well, that's what Sherlock Holmes did, so whatever.
Okay, well, I mean, also, I think a quick explanation: who are the babes? Who were the babes, and who are the babes now? Who's in the team?
Oh gosh, it's changed so much over the years, but like, more or less, like, I think it started with like 6 of us, and we are mostly London based. And then it kind of like, we grew, and then some had to like leave for like, work or personal reasons or whatever. Now we are 11, I believe. I should know that. So like, I'm like the founder, technically, like the boss, but like, we're a democracy. And just everyone's always been so good at pulling their own weight and doing like different things. Like, we have different people who like just do the book reviews. We have like a main podcasting team. We have social media teams. Like, so it's been a wonderful little family that we've had. With San Diego, the parties, all babe-wise, it's always been run by me, Sora, and then Elizabeth Georgi, who's no longer a BSB, because she has her like own like filming empire now, which good on her. And then we've also like always partnered with like other groups and stuff as well.
Cool. I mean, I do love how the babes have always kind of really well networked to kind of pull the best out of people to make this thing that's just really memorable and really works. And I've always admired that, and also just the sheer passion that you clearly put into it, which is, you look at any of the social media, look at any of the pictures, and I mean, I've covered the parties as best I can without actually attending, because I've also been pulled from pillar to post. But just the coverage that you've seen, and you just look, oh, everyone's just having a blast here. Everyone's just really,
they're always really fun.
Yeah, cool. So, which kind of then dovetails into what you've got planned for this year, because I remember you sending me the email, the message saying, we're planning something we think is cool. Would you be interested in sharing the word? And I'm going, it's the Baker Street Babes, of course. That's just not a question. But okay, what have you got planned? And then you described what you had in mind, and I went, okay, because okay, first things first, tell us about the SHERLOCKEDCC Scavenger Hunt.
Right. So basically, because we felt like a party was not really a thing that could or we really wanted to do this year, I had the idea, I'm like, what if we did like a scavenger hunt that's Sherlock Holmesy? It can also be like multi-fandom, and it gives us a presence at Comic-Con and something to run, because the idea of going to Comic-Con and not running an event was like really sad to me for some, masochistic reason. And I was like, okay, scavenger hunt. I think this could work because it can canvas all of Comic-Con. It can include non-badge and badge holders. And it's just something different. And I sort of had the idea of like, all right, we found a like long lost Sherlock Holmes story. And now you have to solve the mystery by like doing all these different tasks and finding clues. And yeah, so that's kind of where it came from. And so I put like this pitch doc together, sent it off to a few people, you included, and being like, what do you think? Is this like totally crazy? Is this totally boring? But it seems people are into it, so that's good.
Because what I mean, the tagline which I really enjoyed, which I really loved, is it's not a case of finding Sherlock, it's becoming Sherlock. Because yes. that really did tickle my fancy, because I thought that was just incredibly cool. Because then it really does become a full-blown detective story, which takes place over the course of San Diego Comic-Con. And heaven knows there's another one of those that's doing the rounds as well. We've been talking about and pimping a book by Fred Van Lante, which is a murder mystery. But this is going to be very much about kind of like the vibe of Sherlock. So could you talk about that then? About number one, what kind of era of Sherlock are we talking about? Are we talking the original Conan Doyle Sherlock? What's the vibe that you're going for?
What can I tell you?
So, yeah, what can you tell us at this point? Yeah.
Not a whole lot, because we want to keep the mystery fairly under wraps, just so like it is actually a mystery that people have to like try and solve as the con progresses. And it's not gonna be anything like particularly difficult or hard, but it'll be something that you have to hopefully think about. There is a Comic-Con tie-in, I will say that. Whether it's like specifically San Diego Comic-Con or if it's like a masked vigilante, you'll have to find out. Okay. It is being written by one of the babes herself, Lindsay Faye. Cool.
Well, I mean, that was going to be my next question as well. I mean, obviously you want to kind of keep it close to wraps as to the kind of the tone of the thing, but how much of a Sherlock are you going to have to be to kind of participate?
Is this going to be
is this going to be a real challenge, or is this going to be something where it's kind of we go A, B, C, let's join the dots?
Yeah. The plan of the scavenger hunt is to just make it fun. Like, we don't want there to be like any barrier for anyone, whether that's like if you have a badge, if you can't like get to a specific area, like there's going to be enough tasks and enough chances to like uncover clues and stuff that everyone can do it. So you're not going to be like racking your brains trying to find out some like crazy puzzle, like how did Sherlock survive the fall sort of thing. Like, that's not what it's about. It's all about like just fun and having a good time.
Is this something that people can participate in the moment, or is it something that they are going to need some kind of research materials like Google on their phone or anything? Is this something that they can do there and then, or is it something that needs to be a little bit more connected?
I think any research you'd have to do would be negligible. Like it wouldn't be that much. Like there's gonna be some like trivia questions and stuff, but like if you know anything about Sherlock Holmes, then you shouldn't have to think too hard about it. But it also would be quite easily found on Google.
Fair enough. And the other question, well, I mean, I've got a number of questions. So let's rattle through them. Number one, how much is it to participate?
All right. So there were 2 price tiers, and this is just to cover the cost of the app that we are using, which is Scavify. The main entry is called Irregular. It's based off Sherlock Holmes's Baker Street Irregulars. It's sort of like street urchins he would give tasks to, and they would go complete them for him. And that is only $5. plus brown paper tickets, sort of like transaction fee, which they donate to charity. And there was a VIP tier, which was the consulting detective, which was $25, and it came with like a really epic swag bag. Like, we've always done swag bags with our parties in the past, and I think they've always been quite good. This one is really, really good. I should have charged more for it, frankly.
Okay. And also, what kind of footprint are we talking? Are we talking around the convention center and immediate area, or are we talking a little bit further back into downtown? How far does do participants have to take part?
I think everything can be accomplished sort of like the convention center and around that area, and then the gas lamp.
Okay. We've got one or two people sort of jumping in on the chat room at the moment. Admittedly, they are kind of not so much talking about the scavenger hunt. They're talking about the Second Civil War, which I'm certain will kick off at some point today. And also, we've got Richard's mum saying,
point, yeah.
Yeah. And also, Richard's mum is loving that your dog's name is Basil. Guessing that's a reference to Mr. Rathbone.
He's named after 3 different Basils. So Basil Rathbone, Basil of Baker Street from The Great Mouse Detective, and Basil Hallward from Dorian Gray.
Nice. Excellent stuff. Okay. The scavenger hunt obviously will have a path around the convention center. Is it going to end up at a certain fixed point, as in a kind of like a gathering point at a time, or is it more something to complete in-app?
All right. So most of it is just like in-app. Like, once we release the app, like the scavenger hunt is open, people can just go into it and start doing tasks. There will be sort of like push notifications that get sent out both on the app and on Twitter, being like, hey, we're here right now, and there'll be a picture and be like, come here and complete this task with us for da-da-da points. So we have a few really funny things planned. If you've been to any of the parties, there's always been this sort of Sherlock and John standee, and that will be wandering around Comic-Con. So if you see the standee, there will be something associated with it, and you can get, I think it's like 1,000 points every time that you can find the standee.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we've got Super Cat Chick who's watching at the moment, really curious about the scavenger hunt. Approximately how much time will it take out of somebody's con? Good
That's
question.
a great question. Yeah. I guess it depends if you are, what kind of prizes you're going for. So there are 3 prize tiers. The first one is most points. So that one you can kind of concentrate on tasks that have more points associated with them. A lot of these are sponsored tasks from people who have given us prizes or money to help us make this happen. They do have a higher point value, also because you may have to go out of your way to do something in particular related to that task. But there are some non-sponsored tasks that will have a very high point value. Like, this was in like the pitch doc, so I can say it, but like getting a picture with a celebrity in a hotel elevator. Very specific, but very high point value if you manage to do it. So if you do that, then maybe it won't take that much time if you are just concentrating on the big ones. The second prize tier is most tasks completed. So you can concentrate on like the really easy ones to do and just rack them up. Then maybe that won't take much time. Or if you're really like gung-ho about it, which I have seen some people that are, you may dedicate quite a bit of time to it. And then the third prize is our Gold Star Award, which you may do a really crappy job, but you made us laugh with your entries, so you're going to win the prizes.
Well, let's talk about the prizes as well, because you have gotten yourself teamed up with some cracking sponsors.
Yes.
If you could tell us a little bit about that, because I know that you got Big Finish involved, and also Hero Within as well. Who are supplying prizes for the scavenger?
There are so many people, and people that we are still talking with and sort of getting confirmation on. But we've always worked with amazing people in the past. So a lot of those sponsors are back. Cork Books is donating a gazillion books to us, which is, they're always so amazing. And it it was funny because when I emailed them, they're like, we were trying to find your email. We wanted to work with you again this year. I'm like, so we have them. Espionage Cosmetics is also with us again because they've always had a presence at our party. Hero Within, Tony was incredibly kind and has given us one of the amazing peacoats that they have, the Batman peacoat. And it's going to take every inch of me not to steal it. Like, oh no, it got lost. I'm so sorry, guys. We've also gotten donations again from Big Finish, who Nick Briggs is always great. And he's like, yeah, we can do that, Ta. And Masterpiece has also given us some stuff, as they have in the past. And we have also a lot of like sort of like smaller business owners that have given us things. What we're doing is that every day we are revealing a prize. Nice. One, just to be like, here's things that you can win. And also like, hey, if you want to win this, come join the scavenger hunt. So today will be another really big one that we're excited about.
Cool. Okay, well, so what, we'll talk about that first so people can actually check it out. Where can people find out about updates for prizes and kind of the updates of the scavenger hunt?
Yeah, so we are mostly focused on Twitter, but we are posting to our Facebook and Instagram as well, which is just Baker Street Babes. Street is ST. And you can also find everything about the scavenger hunt at www.sherlockedcc.com. Okay.
And I also wanted to ask about what kind of time frames are we looking at? Because I mean, we got one or two people, we got people asking how much time it will actually take out of the con. But when does it start and when does it finish?
Okay, so it starts officially at 8 p.m. on preview night. So I know a lot of people may not be there preview night, but it's just a sort of, the con is like sort of like soft open, so it's like we're just going to start it then. And then we have the end time set for 6 p.m. on Sunday, but I may be switching that to sort of noon on Sunday, just so then we have enough time to calibrate the winners and get their winnings to them if they are still at the con.
Because that was going to be question number 2 in terms of actually it's sort of like drawing a line at the end and getting prizes. So it's all going to be tied up within the weekend. It's self-contained. Very nice.
It is.
Excellent stuff. You got Richard's mum, who's currently watching, saying, can we still sign up for the scavenger hunt? And also, I mean, he's saying, how do we do it? We have kind of touched on that in the conversation so far. And I think we were talking about it's mostly going to be via the app. So first things first, can you still sign up for the scavenger hunt?
Yes, and you can still sign up for it. You can sign up for it during the convention as well.
Oh, wow.
We do not have it closed. So we will also be walking around with like little pamphlets or stuff, like walk around like Hall H, like, hey, are you guys bored? Want to join a scavenger hunt? Here, you can do it here.
Going up to somebody in San Diego during Comic going, are you bored? That's going to be a tough sell. That's going to be a tough sell.
If you are stuck in this line, here are like at least like 20 tasks you can do with your friends.
Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense.
There you go.
Okay. And
if you go,
Go on.
Yeah, if you go to just SherlockCC.com, everything is self-contained there on the page. There's just a link that says join. You click it, it'll bring you to the brown paper ticket site where you can sign up.
Excellent. And then it's a case of downloading the app, I'm guessing. Which app is it you're running again?
It's going to be Scavify. The app, like our hunt on the app has not launched yet because we don't want to launch it preemptively. But everyone who has signed up will get a download link sent to them before the con.
Excellent. Excellent. I mean, I'm thrilled about this thing because it just sounds like so much fun. Certainly from like the tone that you're talking about. And like I say, the Baker Street Babes have always put on really good stuff. And I think it's a case of you don't want to waste people's time. You actually want them to kind of enjoy themselves, and it's not just something for the sake of it. And I think that's the thing that's going to be the defining element of it all, because it is going to be something that's going to be fun. That's cool. As part of the question that Richard's mum said there, how do we do it? And you were saying there about tasks that people can do in the line. I'm guessing it's a little bit like another certain task-based effort that's out there as run?
Oh yeah,
yes. Yeah, oh yes. I'm guessing it's similar to that. That something can be done, kind of while you're in a line and while you're waiting or something.
Yep, absolutely. There's crazy things, there's simple things, there's nearly impossible things, and then there's very possible things.
Excellent. Cool. I mean, it sounds like so much fun, and I'm certainly going to try and cover it as best I can. I'm going to pay attention. I've got notifications set up already, so that I'm keeping an eye on the hashtag. Of course, the hashtag is important for the best updates as well, which is SHERLOCKEDCC. So that's SHERLOCKEDCC. Correct?
Yeah. Just SHERLOCKEDCC.
Brilliant stuff. Excellent. It's like I say, it sounds like fun, and I'm really looking forward to catching up with you guys in San Diego. When do you manage to get into town?
I'm getting there on Wednesday.
Is it going to be a case of, is there stuff to set up for the scavenger hunt as well? Are you going to be sort of like darting around and putting things down? And
yeah, like how we always did this is like we'd always get there on Wednesday, and then it's like immediately like just dumping all these boxes in our hotel room. Like it's always been insane. Like there's no room to sleep in our hotel room because there's just all the boxes either for the party and in this case the scavenger hunt. So we're going to be putting the VIP bags together to get them out to people who have them. Thankfully there's only 30 of them instead of like the 500 goodie bags we had to do for the party, so that's nice. But it's going to be like hitting the ground running.
Well, so long as you can kind of, I mean, I think the other thing about this is as well, because all the preparation is done before the actual weekend starts, there is a case for you to kind of enjoy a little bit of your con as well, because everyone's off doing what they need to do for the scavenger hunt. So you get the chance to kind of take at least a couple of days to actually enjoy your con. I think, I'm guessing you've been looking at this and going, why didn't we do this from the start? Why didn't we?
Yeah, like it's gonna be really interesting to see how it goes this year. We have like over 100 people already signed up, and we've only been live for like 3 days, so that's really great. So we're just gonna see how it goes, and then we'll see what happens next year. I mean, who knows?
Well,
so,
I'll be paying attention throughout the course of the weekend, and any updates, of course, do let us know, and we'll spread the word, and we'll let everyone know. But it does
expect more videos. I will say that.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Let's because I posted it on my YouTube channel, and I know that you've got it on your social media as well. How on earth did you get Curtis to do a video for you? Because it is so cool.
It's so great. So, I mean, I met Curtis through the Baker Street Regulars weekend, which is sort of like the annual convention for Sherlock Holmes nerds in New York every January. And he's really good friends with one of the other babes, Lindsay Faye, and she introduced me, and we just sort of hit it off. Like, he's honestly one of my best friends. Like, I adore him. And he's so kind and so generous with his time. Like, so we launched on, was it Saturday? Was that the first? Sunday? I don't know. Sunday. Yeah. Saturday afternoon, I messaged him and was like, hey, Curtis, can you do a video announcing our event? And he did it. Like, it was amazing. Like, it didn't come out right when we announced it because I was frantically editing it because like we couldn't get his email to like send me the files. Like, it was really funny. But he was so great. He did like multiple takes for us, and he was just wonderful. So it was something that I think really helped the announcement, especially something new from us. And he was just on point.
Cool. Yeah, do check out that video because it kind of does a nice little recap of the whole scavenger hunt and what the tone of the thing is. It's a great video. We've got Richard's mum, like I say, who is watching. Sounds like fun. Everyone's really kind of geared up for this. We've also got Veronica who's watching as well. 500 bags. Yep, 500 bags was not fun, but she would do it again and again. So yeah, there you go. But also, we've got Richard's mum saying that the $25 consulting detective package has sold out.
Yes.
Okay. And
it sold out about 10 minutes in.
Oh, wow. Okay, so what is actually available then? Sorry. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. We might as well click.
Just the
So
$5
it's just
one.
the $5 ones. Right.
Yes.
Okay. So we've got Super Catchick who's just saying one in my cart said it's sold out. Lee Andy saying sorry. Sorry, I thought they were all still available. Sorry, we should have said that at the top of the shop. Sorry about that. But no. Okay. So unfortunately, yes, the $25 has sold out. Unfortunately, it did say there's a limited number of 30 of those. But it is then a case of now joining the hunt to win a chance to win over $500 worth of prizes from the likes of Hero Within, Hogwarts Running Club, Big Finish, Masterpiece, Geeky Teas, and more to be revealed. And those are $5 entries. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So, yes, unfortunately for Richard's mum, Super Catchick, and Liam D, sorry, that's just bad news on that one, unfortunately. But hopefully you can take part in the $5 ones. You never know. You may have the chance.
And we will be also giving out prizes during the hunt. Like, it's another case of like, come find us, and like the first person to find us gets something.
So there you go. So it is a case of you've got to be in it to win it. So that's cool. Excellent stuff. Christina, thank you so much indeed for coming on and talking to us about this. Like I say, it sounds like a blast. One more time, where can people find out more about the scavenger hunt?
You can find out about the great SHERLOCKEDCC scavenger hunt at www.sherlockedcc.com or on Twitter at Baker Street Babes.
Excellent. Thank you very much indeed for coming on, and it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you. Guys, thank you very much indeed for joining us and watching this incidental episode. These are little kind of episodes that we fill in with special guests outside of our normal Sunday show. We are live each and every Sunday. We're talking Comic-Con, a cup of tea with an Englishman in San Diego. We are live 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. GMT. This week is our penultimate episode where we are going to be talking and breaking down the Comic-Con schedules, which should be going live as of Thursday. As always, 2 weeks out from the convention, they launch the Thursday schedules on Thursday, Friday for Friday, and etc. etc. So that's our show this week. Mark Serby will be joining us again. So it's myself, Alyssa, and Mark talking panels. Tomorrow, however, at a slightly earlier time than our usual broadcast time, we are going to be talking to Anthony Bresnikan from Entertainment Weekly. He's going to be talking about what they're going to be getting up to over the course of the weekend, what he feels is his picks for San Diego Comic-Con out of the announced panel so far, and also what he feels about the tenor of the show for 2018, especially with the influx of streaming services coming to San Diego, and also with film studios seeming to take a little bit more of a back seat. How is the show evolving? He's going to be talking about that to us tomorrow. That's going to be 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 midday Eastern, and 5 GMT here in the UK. It's only going to be a half an hour, 40-minute chat, a little bit the same length as this one. So do join us tomorrow, where we're speaking to Anthony Bresnikan. Thank you very much indeed. I hope you've enjoyed it. We are back again, like I say, with our regular show on Sunday, and hopefully you can join us for some more Talking Comic-Con, cup of tea with an Englishman in San Diego. Christina, again, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.